Hi, I'm Dumbledore from SampleLibraryReview.com. Today we're going to be checking out Sonuscore's newest release, Fragments. Sonuscore has released a fresh percussive instrument. Taking its cue from the city, they say it's combining organic sounds. It's supposed to generate refreshing, complicated, yet low-key rhythms and beats. Fragments is a creative percussion instrument ranging from minimal to controlled chaos at the turn of a mod wheel. It's got all organic sounds. Each percussion instrument uses a different sequencer or time signature with over 100 ready-to-go cinematic and experimental presets and 3,500 inspired organic sounds. The library weighs in at 11 gigabytes of uncompressed data. Its Contact Player library normally sells for $99, but you can pick it up for $79 during the intro promotion for just a few more days. I'll include a link to take you straight over to Sonuscore first thing below. Alright, I got the library loaded up. You can see it's a Contact Player instrument. Loads up in your Libraries tab. It's got one NKI, and it's fairly straight ahead. They've got a bass drum, a snare drum, and the fragments themselves. We've got a ton of different presets categorized from simple, complex, free, natural, modern, and user, as well as time signatures, color. This will be wood, metal, mechanics, body, and then feel. This will be where you're leaning into for subdivisions. Let's go ahead and just listen through a bunch of presets before we do anything else. Now, what's kind of cool right away is you can hear that this never repeats with this one. It's got a randomization every time it makes it through that fragment sequence. A couple quick notes, of course, this syncs to your DAW's tempo. Here we are at 89. And now we'll crank it up here. 135. So you could program with tempo maps too, which kind of is cool. The other big exciting thing, which I want to dive in real quick while we're previewing some presets, is there's this density feature, and this will actually bring up ghost notes by using the mod wheel. And that's a pretty cool feature, I think, right away, adding dimension. Right away, what I'm hearing from this collection is even though it's pretty simple in that it's a bass drum, a kick drum, and then these clicks, clacks, and whatnot, there's a lot of depth in what the rhythms are because of the ability to change your sequencer to be in 3/4, 5/8, 7/4, 7/8, and so on. Now, you probably noticed the bass drum comes with wood versions with several different sounds. There it looks like 1, 2, 3 different sounds. Metal, which has 3. Mechanical, which has 3. Body, which has 3 as well. And then a user preset, which we'll dive into here in a little. Let's just listen to some of those bass drums on their own. And you could also hear that you can double these up, which is kind of cool. You get more meat in your bass drum. All right, let's go ahead and check out the snares as well. Here's the snares, wood. Now, there's a ton more sounds once we get into the actual fragment sample sets themselves. I'm going to go ahead and just load up the initial preset, if it'll get me there. Come on. Nope, you gotta actually slide it up. You can't just click. That's one of my critiques right away. All right, let's listen to a whole bunch of the fragments with this pattern right now. Yeah, so we're getting everything from body clicks, mouth noises, all kinds of mechanical little click-clacky, tick-tocky stuff, which I love. Some metal stuff, and it looks like there's a much wider range of samples. It looks like up to 17 on the body samples for the fragments. You're able to set which one you want with this, or you can set like this one where you've got a range where it's randomly going to go between the first, second, or third sample set during playback. the user sample, be sure and click the little user icon. I didn't do this the first time I played with, and it was very frustrating. So now it's going to be playing back our user sample. I got a kick drum that I just drug in. All you got to do is drag it directly in the bass drum area, but make sure and turn your volume up here or you won't be able to hear it. That's right, I picked some industrial drums because I felt like it might be fun to play with these. So now we've got some extremely loud drums. I'm going to go ahead and back these off a little bit. There we go. And now we'll go over to our main and hear some of these. And you got all your own samples, which I've got tons and tons and tons of drum samples I could load right into those. Now, a note here, if we don't save this as a snapshot or save it as a user preset, we'll call it Distorto. Okay. It would be gone forever anytime that we clicked and loaded anything up. So you can see our, it has initial Distortos right there. Okay. So now anytime we'd click, our user samples are still there, but the volumes are turned down and the user sample is turned off here. The effects get pretty crazy. You've got controls for each of your channels separately. And almost get something computer-esque. I believe there are some presets. I didn't hear them flipping through this time, but I believe there's some presets that are pretty far out there as far as them sounding like computer-generated stuff. What I'm hearing just from a first look of Fragments is that it's a pretty capable little instrument. Although it's very simplistic in the sounds that it actually delivers, the engine convinces you and moves you towards a way that you could really produce a wide range of different patterns and control those patterns with the mod wheel and that density and panning to get something really unique across world music, street sounds, tick-tocky stuff, metal stuff, all kinds of stuff for trailer tracks. And the engine also has an allowance, so you could grab that MIDI that you just played back, drag it to your DAW, or if you don't want to use this as a sequencer the way it's built, you can always hit this engine button, and now you've got your whole sample set spread across the keyboard for you to access each individual sound. Now, I love what Sonuscore has done lately with their latest releases, really pushing the boundaries of what we think of an instrument, and Fragments goes on that similar jaunt, where it takes some very simple percussion and gives us the ability to create some very interesting rhythms very quickly that have the ability to evolve or move around just with some simple programming or the move of a mod wheel. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at Fragments with me here. I've shared my thoughts throughout the video, but I'd love to hear yours. Please comment below. Let me know what you think about the instrument. If you're not already, please subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and come back around on Fridays for the weekly Teal Compressor show.